Hey, you guys, welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki, and today I'm bringing opportunities for advertisement on my channel. If anyone is interested, they can email us at naughtylove2020@gmail.com. Our prices are affordable and reasonable, and please reach out to us. We can start our videos with any commercials that you would like us to advertise. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out. One.
We woke up this morning and Donald Trump has been elected as our new president, y'all. Now, the important part is if you're watching this video and if you woke up this morning, it's proof that God is still in control, y'all. So we ain't got nothing to worry about. That's what we supposed to be serving anyway. If anything, Donald Trump works for us now. He's here to lead the country and to serve the country, you heard me? I'm not finna fall out with none of my friends who supported Donald Trump over an election, and people who supported Trump shouldn't fall out with people who supported Kamala over an election. Why? Because we all called to live and coexist in this country together. And especially for people who have a relationship with God, followers of Christ, we are called to love everybody regardless, you heard me? So we got to love Donald Trump. We got to pray for Donald Trump. We got to love our neighbors. And that's what it really is about. That's what we're doing at this point. God is still in control. So ain't nothing to really trip about or worry about. And the main thing this election cycle that stood out to me was some people questioning the entire salvation of people and saying you're not even really a believer or you're not Christian because I said so. And I said so because you have chosen to support Kamala Harris, or telling people if they support any Democrat, they're automatically not Christian. That type of rhetoric was able to come out. So we were able to see that people really rocking like that and thinking like that. But it's simply not true, yo. So I hope that those people don't feel that type of way. And we just got to continue loving one another. And God's still in control. Y'all have a great day, man. We woke up this morning and Donald Trump has been elected as our new president, y'all. Now, the important part is if you're watching this video and if you woke up this morning, it's proof that God is still in control, y'all. So we ain't got nothing to worry about. That's what we supposed to be serving anyway. If anything, Donald Trump works for us now. He's here to lead the country and to serve the country, you heard me? I'm not finna fall out with none of my friends who supported Donald Trump over an election, and people who supported Trump shouldn't fall out with people who supported Kamala over an election. Why? Because we all called to live and coexist in this country together. And especially for people who have a relationship with God, followers of Christ, we are called to love everybody regardless, you heard me? So we got to love Donald Trump. We got to pray for Donald Trump. We got to love our neighbors. And that's what it really is about. That's what we're doing at this point. God is still in control. So ain't nothing to really trip about or worry about. And the main thing this election cycle that stood out to me was some people questioning the entire salvation of people and saying you're not even really a believer or you're not Christian because I said so. And I said so because you have chosen to support Kamala Harris, or telling people if they support any Democrat, they're automatically not Christian. That type of rhetoric was able to come out. So we were able to see that people really rocking like that and thinking like that. But it's simply not true, yo. So I hope that those people don't feel that type of way. And we just got to continue loving one another. And God's still in control. Y'all have a great day, man.
Good morning, Naughty Crew. Welcome back to my channel. It's your host, Naughty. Bring you the latest and trending topics. And I vlog my life. Hope everybody's having a wonderful start to their day. And I wanted to start this morning off with a positive message. Please make sure your thumbs up in this video. This election year was very emotional. It was an emotional roller coaster. All right. But I just want my Naughty Crew to remember, it's your choice and your right to vote for whoever you want to vote for. Period. And it's not our job to judge people because of their choices. But what we are supposed to do as God's children is love on one another, respect one another, honor one another, uplift each other. I mean, this election has caused so much discord and aftermath. I'm just like shocked. Like, people are getting divorces, people are ending friendships. And I just want my naughty crew to sit back and think about what's really important. I love you all, and I appreciate every last one of you joining me. And I hope everyone can receive the message that I started the show with. Good morning, Be More Shorty. Good morning, Shay B. Shay B said exactly, okay? Wow, Be More Shorty. You said Wednesday was a very gray day at my job. A few were disgusted, disappointed, and depressed. I knew the shift in energy was different. Tuesday evening, I went to sleep early. But how much power are we going to give um, politics and things like that? The only thing you should feel comfortable about is the fact that you did your part and you did everything you could do to make things go your way. And that's all that you are required and expected to be. You know what I mean? But from here going forward, we need to make plans, right? Because we don't know which way things are going to go. Yes, please get these likes up. Share this live. Good morning, Shaby. Good morning, Chantel. Good morning, Queen Shay. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. Thank all of y'all for joining me. I appreciate every last one of you. Please make sure you are thumbs up in this video. Share it out. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We have a good time talking about trending topics, supporting one another. At times we disagree. We're not perfect, okay? But I just ask that everybody respects YouTube guidelines and respect one another. We are allowed to have different opinions, but you never know. You might hear someone else's opinion and it will challenge your perspective on things. You could be looking at things wrong, right, or indifferent. I welcome the challenge. I don't never ever proclaim to know everything. Good morning, grown woman. Good morning, Tarshella. So, first up on the docket, we're going to get into all the election aftermath. Like, people are having like major emotional reactions and things like that. So, we're going to get into Kamala's concession speech and everyone coming out and speaking. Even Cardi B, she still continues to threaten people, and you wonder why people couldn't take your endorsement seriously, because you are living a double life, ma'am. 1 minute you're on the side of right, next minute you're on the side of wrong, and then the next hour you online and you repping the Bloods and threatening people. It is not okay. All right. Up next, a major topic that is trending right now. Will Donald Trump pardon the diddler? It's possible. It's definitely possible. Because
I lived with Sean Puffy Combs.
The diddler has a lot of ties to Donald Trump. Hold on. Let me see. He has a lot of ties to the Trump family. Even Trump Jr. sat on DJ Fakeademic's channel and said that he used to attend the diddler's parties. Okay, and we know the Trumps are very two-faced. All right, but I posed that question to my naughty crew. Do you think it's possible that Donald Trump will pardon the diddler? Look at this. All right. Then we got DDG and Halle Bailey battling over their co-parenting situation. As you all know, they recently broke up, and DDG went to the famous streamer Kai Cenat and he brought the baby. And so people are speculating that Halle had a problem with that. Also, come on, Rusty, get up here. You on the docket today, sir. Your victim is speaking out. You and Kamara are battling over money. We're going to get into that. And then we're also going to get into Plies' lawsuit that he filed against Megan Thee Stallion. Oh, quite a few people. Let me see. Megan Thee Stallion, Glorilla, and Soulja Boy. So please thumbs up this video, share it out, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Also follow me on my free apps. They're all scrolling below. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you name it, we on it. We on all the free apps. So just follow me, and I'll follow you back. Okay. Oh, also, donations are definitely appreciated. Okay, please donate to the channel. It helps support subscriptions, equipment. As you all know, recently I had to buy a new laptop. It was not cheap, but God said it is time for an upgrade. Okay, but I'm gonna make it happen. But support the channel. The free ways are liking the video. You can even thumbs down the video. Either way, just show some engagement in the channel. All of these things helps YouTube recognize us in the algorithm. Even super chat and super stickers also helps YouTube recognize us in the algorithm. All right. So I appreciate every last one of you joining me today. Grand Rising. Greetings and gratitude, Tarshella. Love you. Love you all. Be more shorty. Love you. Too risky. Oh, are you talking about the pardon? Okay. That's a please. Let me know in the chat. Do you think there's a possibility that Donald Trump will pardon the diddler? Okay. I feel like it's possible. I really do. I really, really do. Man. I'm trying to figure something out really quick, guys, because just trying to figure out why I can't get my bookmarks on a certain app. This election was like just so draining. It was so draining. And I have to be honest, I'm just happy that it's over. I really, really am. Yes. Okay, Shay B says no. Hey, James. I'm just giving people a chance to load up too while I'm doing this. Hey, Angela. Good morning. James said, no, I doubt a better chance of pardoning Nicki Minaj for making the wax song Big for. I love it. So everyone, as you loading up in the room, please let me know. Do you feel like it's a chance that Donald Trump will pardon the diddler? That this is a trending topic going around, right? I mean, Diddy has enough money to buy one. And money talks. Good morning to you all. Thank you for joining. Okay, so let's get into election aftermath. All right, a lot is going on, and some people are being very disgusting. Up in Chicago, they are protesting. So much going on, Naughty Crew. Let's get into it. All right. First, this commentator was vile and disgusting. Let's get into it. Shout out to Incense and Nonsense, okay, for posting this. But this commentator was disgusting. Here we go.
Totally not pressed. The feel when we control your body.
Yeah.
The feel when you're totally not pressed. The feel when we control your bodies. Hey, bitch, we control your bodies. Guess what? Guys win again, okay? Men win again. And yes, we control your bodies. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman. It's your body, my choice. And men, women again. Men win again. There will never, ever be a female president. Never. There will never be a female president, ever. It's over. Glass ceiling. Dude, it's a ceiling made of fucking bricks. You will never break it. Your stupid face keeps hitting the brick ceiling. We will keep you down forever. You will never control your own bodies. You will never be the president of the global empire. Never gonna happen, sweetie. Your body, our choice.
Absolutely disgusting, but this is what's going around on the internet, okay? He's disgusting. I don't agree with anything that he says, and this is why a lot of people were against Trump, because it kind of promotes this type of behavior, right? I got more. People are like losing their rabbit ass minds. I'm telling you. Thumbs up this video.
Whether it is the economy, immigration, or for lack of a better term, wokeism, we have now let misinformation become the accepted information. It has washed over us. Elon Musk, he buys Twitter, and then he uses it almost exclusively to be a propaganda machine, and we've accepted it. We've accepted a narrative that despite an actually great economic recovery, the vibes don't feel good. So we want to reject it and get something else. And the person we are now betting on to change all of it is Donald Trump, a man who did two almost impossible things. He won the American presidency twice, and he drove a casino into the ground. What will the future hold now that America has just decided that we're going to F around and find out? Whether it is the economy.
Period. Shout out to Joy Reid for posting this. They just have to find out, Naughty Girl. People just have to find out, and that's where I leave it. I know I did my due diligence in voting, all right, but the majority wins, so I have to accept the decision about what's about to happen, okay? Let me see. But there's so many reactions. Some are ignorant and some are actually giving you food for thought.
Hey, so fam, we need to talk about the fact that Donald Trump literally called immigrants vermin, which is a Hitler quote, literally said he was going to do mass deportation of undocumented immigrants, and millions of Latino families are mixed status, meaning some members are natural born citizens born in the country legally. Some members are undocumented, mixed status. He said he's going to do mass deportation. He insulted Latinos in every way you can possibly think of, including his comedian at his Madison Square Garden rally, calling Puerto Rico an island of trash. Launched his whole political career saying Mexico's not sending their best, they're sending rapists and criminals. His allies were shipping migrants from Venezuela all around the country in order to demonize migrants. Every possible insult to Latinos you can imagine has been uttered from his tiny little mouth ever since he got into politics in 2016 and presidential politics in 2016. And look at the result on Tuesday. Latino men.
Okay. White men. 39% Kamala, 59% Trump. White women. 47% Kamala, 52% Trump. She's in the way. Here we go.
54% for the man who openly disrespected them. Oh, but wait, there's more. Because we knew that white men were going to do this and vote overwhelmingly. White men are always 60-40 Republican. But every possible type of disrespect was also heaped upon women. And look at how white women voted. 52-47 for Trump, the adjudicated sexual assaulter who said he's going to protect women whether they like it or not, who closed his campaign by calling Nancy Pelosi the B word, and whose vice presidential running mate called women childless cat ladies and called Kamala Harris trash. The disrespect was so intentional and so open, but this was the result. Now, I will note that college-educated white women moved toward Kamala Harris, and college-educated white men also moved toward Kamala Harris. But overall, it was only Latinas and all other women who stuck with Kamala Harris. I also want to make sure that we knock down a very popular meme that suddenly Black men were moving to Donald Trump. Nope. Trump got the exact same percentage of Black voters in 2024 that he got in 2020, 12%. Kamala Harris improved just a little bit over Joe Biden with white voters because of college-educated white voters. Black voters, the same. And Latino voters plummeted because of Latino men and slightly Latinas moving toward the man who completely disrespected them and calls them vermin. Other interesting notes from the exit polls. Exit polls show that Kamala Harris improved over Joe Biden in just 3 categories. High income voters, she was up 11 points. Secular voters, meaning those who ain't running up to the church to try to be Christian nationalists. And college-educated white women, as I mentioned before, she was better. She did better with them by 5 points. All other shifts were minor or declines. And now my biggest takeaway from this election in terms of the demographics. And this one is heartbreaking to me as a member of Generation X. Young voters were the strongest constituency for Vice President Harris. Young voters, north of 50%. Millennials, north of 50%. And look at Gen X. Even our seniors split 50-49 in favor of Harris. Our senior citizens at least split in her favor, but not Gen X. Not my generation, the generation raised on WWE and Hulk Hogan and hip hop and the F Your Feelings generation. We voted in a majority for Donald Trump, despite the fact that it is not Generation X that has economic insecurity. Gen X is doing all right. We have a little coins. The people who are really experiencing economic challenges are our kids, the Z generation and millennials. They're the ones who can't afford their lives. And they put their faith in this Black Asian woman. But we couldn't do it. The generation that grew up around hip hop that Diddy destroyed, the generation that went from 3 Feet High and Rising and Q-Tip and A Tribe Called Quest to gangster rap and Diddy, our generation condemned our children to have to fight off an autocracy because we think we're going to get a little tax cut. Generation X owes an apology to our children and our grandchildren. And we have condemned you all to a court that will be far right-wing for the rest of your lives. And you should not thank us. We did you no favors. In fact, we utterly failed you. And so the answer now is we're going to have to organize, and we're going to have to figure out a way to survive and to help our young people survive. Because the other issue is how many people didn't vote. Donald Trump got 3 million fewer votes than he got in 2020. And Kamala Harris, before California is counted, has 15 million fewer voters than Joe Biden. People chose the couch, y'all, in the most important election in our lifetime, the election that was designed to keep us out of autocracy. What a failure. What an absolute failure. And it was not a failure of Kamala Harris, who did everything she could with a few mistakes, but otherwise an almost perfect campaign. Yes, you can criticize certain things about it, but don't put that on that sister. She did everything she could to convince y'all how important it was to vote. And just a lot of y'all just failed to do it. And people who failed to show up and vote, you don't have to have voted in order to have chosen. You chose. And now we're going to have to deal with the consequences. And we're going to have to fight an autocracy, and not even like a smart autocracy, a janky, ratchet autocracy full of the absolute right-wing lunatic fringe that is now going to be running our government, including RFK Jr., who's going to be in charge of our health. Oh, this should be lots and lots of fun. It's going to be wild. Know that I will be here. I'm going to try to help y'all get through it. We're going to figure out how we're going to survive, because surviving is what we do. And Black women, love y'all. Held down the future, voted for the future, and voted for change, generational change. And so did young people. Young people showed out. College-educated voters showed out. Secular voters showed out. Latinas showed out. AAPI showed out. But everybody else, we got some work to do. So let's do it. We got this. We're going to be okay. And I love you, and I'm still here for you, and we're going to figure it out. One love, fam. But you got to start voting. Come on. It's so important. We're going to keep talking and figure out this civic shit, because you've got to participate. Failure is not an option when it comes to democracy. And now that we are on the brink of losing it, we have to figure out what to do. But we're going to do that together. I love you guys. Cheers. Peace.
Thank you so much, Joy Reid, for breaking that down. Some of the things that I was surprised with, how many people that did not vote and how our youth showed up. But this goes to show that we need to invest in our youth. They are our future. We need to teach the youth what is important. Healthcare, rights over our body, taxes, clean energy. I just felt like she did such a good job breaking this down. Let me see what you guys are saying in the comments. You know, the biggest way that they corrupt our communities and infiltrate our communities with all these toxic ideologies, they use our youth. Hey, Bobby. Bobby said they should have read that 2025 book because it says it all right. We talked about it on the channel here a lot. Nope, we can't blame ourselves. Wow, Juby Buggin, you said a lot. Concepts of thoughts and prayers to all of them when he gives them exactly what they ask for. It's not that we're going with Harris being black. It's just that I don't care. Like, her ethnicity doesn't matter to me. I'm looking at whether she's qualified to do the job. That's what I'm looking at. People try to use race to divide and create doubt and things like that. Candace Owens, I hope she feels good about herself. You know, she was like over there debunking her whole ethnicity. Okay, Bobby says they think he's going to be handing out more stimulus checks. No way. He didn't want to give them out before. Absolutely. And America is going broke, whether people like it or not. Y'all better put stash of cash in your house. Like, we're at risk of our banking systems collapsing. A lot of major corporations, I believe, will collapse. Right, Bobby. Bobby says they better pray that their pregnancies go good and they better not have any complications. Correct. Hey, Veronica. These people have no self-esteem. You know, next I take you to Vanity Fair. They had a cover of Donald Trump. Telling us exactly who he is. Showing us exactly who he is, okay? But people ignore it. You know, it's felons that come out and they can't even get a minimum wage job. Vanity Fair, shout out to the source for posting this. This is the cover. 34 felony counts, 1 conviction, 2 cases pending, right? 2 impeachments, 6 bankruptcies, 4 more years. The 47th American president. This is America. This is America. Right. Or do it like my grandmama and pin it inside your bra in the old stocking. Okay? That's the old school way. You're hiding your money. Be More Shorty says, better use those shoe boxes for money storage or mini safes. Hey, girl, woman. As a woman, soon to be 71 years old, I have voted in every election. I was able to remember my day telling me the story of his parents paying $2 to vote. Remember we talked about this on the channel? Often sacrifice food over voting. Remember we talked about that? It was a time. They've been always trying to make it so difficult for us to exercise our God-given right. Oh, who else had something to say? Because he got a new series coming out on Hulu. Shine had the nerve to say something. You're not even a citizen, sir. We don't care what you think. But shout out to the source anyway for capturing it. Shine salutes Trump on winning elections. We congratulate Trump on his victory. Shut up, Shine. Ain't nobody asked you. Ain't nobody asked you. I expressed here on my channel how I feel about Shine. You know, did he actually set him up to take the fall all by himself? Absolutely. But do I feel like he deserved to be in prison? Absolutely. Because, sir, you were alongside him shooting up the club. You should have snitched if you cared. I'm just saying. You should have snitched. F that. You ain't taking the fall for nobody. All right, and let me see this. Like, people are very vocal right now. This is what social media does. It makes everyone feel like their voice matters. So here we go.
I know my last post kind of got under people's skin.
Okay. I'm gonna try to read it. It says the same men who believe a woman can't run a country are the same men who watch their mother run a household because they daddies left. Stay woke. Right. See, a lot of people think like Caucasian households don't have just as many problems. They do. They're just not highlighted the way ours are. Okay. But very dysfunctional. Perfect example. And I'm talking about not even Caucasians, but let's just say people who have wealth, right? People who have money, right? More money, more problems. I.e. the Menendez brothers. Okay. Rich. Look what was going on in their household.
However, black men, that was not for y'all. Okay. Let's stop letting the media push that black families are the only ones that come from broken homes. No. I know for a fact, okay, there are other cultures in 2-parent households who are unhappy and living together where dad doesn't even come home at night. Okay. Doesn't even come home at night. All right. He comes home, eats dinner. Once the kids go to sleep, he leaves, come back in the morning as if he was there all night long. Mom is crying in the tub, boo-hoo-hoo, crying her eyes out, all right? Thinking that the kids don't even know they have this whole grand scheme of things, all right? And you wonder why the kids don't respect women, because they watch you go through that shit as a mother. Weak as hell. Weak as hell. The things that I can tell you that I heard from my friends growing up, Lifetime movie. My mother would never. Other cultures, some of y'all put up with a lot of other shit that black people just would not put up with, and that's cool, not judging. But stop painting the picture that black women only come from broken homes, because that shit right there is a broken home too, whether you believe it or not. Just because you married, you show your kids that shit is broken. It's weird. Clock it. It's not only us. I know my last post.
Clock that T. Shout out to Miss Lorraine Shantae. I appreciate you, darling, for your thoughts, okay? Opinions are not facts, Naughty Crew, okay? Sharing is caring, so make sure y'all share out this video. But Kamala Harris got a lot of positive reinforcement. And come on, guys, she had, 107 days to run. I even feel like Joe Biden set her up for failure by delaying him stepping down from the election. But I still feel like she did a phenomenal job with the short time that she had. Okay. But people are really, really still very supportive of her. And I love this. And this is coming from our youth.
We love you. A hug. I would just know we're sending lots and lots of love.
We love you, and we're proud of you.
Very proud.
You didn't lose.
Did not lose.
You didn't lose.
You're very inspiring to those of us.
I'll use the infamous phrase, we're sharing your pain, but at the same time, we are your people.
You did the best you could with the hands that you were dealt. You saw it through to the end. and you're still standing.
You know, you appreciate it. We see you, we appreciate you, and we support you, and we got your back whatever you decide to do moving forward.
I thought she was awesome. I think given the situation that she was put in, no one could have done it better. I don't think that it's a stain on her legacy. And I hope that when history writes her story, that it's going to be glowing.
I've been in roles where it's felt lonely, where it's felt like you're the only one, or not even felt like you have been the only one, and it's lonely. I hope that she feels and that she knows that she's not alone in this fight.
You ran a superb campaign full of promise, and you should be proud.
Girl, I thank you, girl. You did your biggest one. I love you, Sister Kamala. I give you grace. You did the best with what you could, and we thank you. We applaud you. You did your biggest one. We love you.
Girl, you did it this far. Keep your head up. Keep going. Oftentimes our setbacks are opportunities for new opportunities and new ways to help.
Young girls, Black girls, all people just saw an opportunity to do and be so much more than they ever could have imagined. And now that's just going to become the norm because of you. Come over here and get in the camera so they can see this beautiful little baby. Like, this is going to be normal for her. We are proud and we say thank you.
We love you.
So shout out to Joy and Reed for putting out this positive energy, okay? But as you all know, Kamala Harris had to give a speech conceding the electoral race. We're going to get into that. You know, I'm all about positivity. I really, really am. But I just like to show all sides of what's going on in people's perspectives. And you know what, Kamala, you did an excellent job running. So let's get into her concession speech. Please thumbs up this video. Please share it out. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, okay?
Now I know folks are feeling and experiencing a range of emotions right now. I get it. But we must accept the results of this election. Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition, and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power. A fundamental principle of American democracy is that when we lose an election, we accept the results. That principle, as much as any other, distinguishes democracy from monarchy or tyranny. And anyone who seeks the public trust must honor it. Now I know folks are feeling and experiencing a range of emotions right now.
Okay. So, you know, she was a good sport. So she posted to Twitter, she said, "My heart is full today, full of gratitude for the trust you have placed in me, full of love for our country, and full of resolve. The outcome of the election is not what we wanted, not what we fought for, but hear me when I say the light of America's promise will always burn brighter." So, you know, I appreciate Kamala and the precedent that she set. And there are a lot of young girls looking up to her, waking up today, knowing that this is a possibility one day. Just like they said we would never have a Black president. Look, we have one, right? But let's not discount her achievements. I mean, she still made it to the White House. She still made it to vice presidency. It's a major accomplishment. Major. Now, the Obamas also released a statement. It's so long, but we'll get into it. Shout out to Spiritual World, and shout out to Gossip in the City for that last clip with Kamala Harris. So the statement says, over the last few weeks and through Election Day, millions of America cast their votes, not just for president, but for leaders at every level. Now the results are in, and we want to congratulate President Trump and Senator Vance on their victory. This is obviously not the outcome we had hoped for, given our profound disagreements with the Republican ticket on a whole host of issues. But living in a democracy is about recognizing that our point of view won't always win out, and being willing to accept the peaceful transfer of power. Michelle and I could not be prouder of Vice President Kamala Harris and Governor Walz, two extraordinarily public servants who ran a remarkable campaign, and we will always be grateful to the staff and volunteers who poured their hearts and souls into electing public servants they truly believed in. So, as I said in the campaign trail, America has been through a lot the last few years, from a historic pandemic and price hikes resulting from the pandemic, exactly, to rapid change. See, that's what a lot of people fail to realize. They want to say, oh, the economy. Because of the pandemic, this is why we are in the state we are economically. And can I tell you, in my opinion, and I don't want anyone to be offended, but Trump chose to ignore the early signs of this crisis heading our way. He chose to be delusional about it. He could have contained this before it affected millions of people, before we lost loved ones and friends. People have short-term memories in this country, though. Okay. But we want to make America great again. All right, sorry. To rapid change, and the feeling of a lot of folks have that. No matter how hard they work, treading water is the best way. It's the best they can do. Those conditions have created headwinds for Democratic incumbents around the world, and last night showed that America is not immune. The good news is that these problems are solvable, but only if we listen to each other, and only if we abide by the core constitutional principles and democratic norms that made this country great. In a country as big and diverse as ours, we won't always see eye to eye on everything, but progress requires us to extend good faith and grace, even to people with whom we deeply disagree. That's how we come this far, and it's how we'll keep building a country that is more fair and more just, more equal, more free. So I appreciate those words, and I think we all need to hear it. This election completely divided this country, and I'm just sad that people broke up friendships. People were getting divorced. It's just sad. It's just sad. Please thumbs up this video. Okay, and a lot of celebrities spoke out in regards to the results, so let's get into it. One of my fave, Plies, he spoke out. He's been champion for Kamala Harris forever. Shout out to Hollywood Unlocked for capturing this.
There's no point in saying good morning because it's
Okay.
Yo, definitely want to jump on here real quick, man, and check on y'all and make sure that y'all was good. Just make sure that y'all was okay. Don't know if y'all can even see my arms, but if I could hug each and every one of y'all who needed a hug right now, man, and just let you put your head on my shoulder and just get off what you want to get off, God knows I would. I was just thinking to myself, man, I wish I had something big enough that I could invite whoever wanted to come just to sit around and do nothing and just check on each other and make sure that each other was good and everybody was holding up okay. I don't never watch the election night. I always catch it the following morning. Well, at least I did the last election and this one. So I'm pretty much getting the information that a lot of y'all probably had last night, probably a little over an hour ago, and just kind of processing a little bit of the information to me. And definitely want to jump on here and let y'all know, just because the person that you felt should have won didn't make it across the finish line. Yo, definitely want to jump on here real quick, man, and check on y'all and make sure that y'all don't for a second allow yourself to question your beliefs and what it is that you stand for. Because just because some results didn't go how you foreseen them to go, it doesn't mean that you wrong about anything. All elections mean, or anytime somebody voting on something, is that this group of people, the majority, wanted to try this over here more so than they want to try this over here, for whatever their reasons is. One thing this election did teach me is something that he knew is something that I didn't know. That character no longer matters. That all the dark and divisiveness and all the things he said, he knew people wanted that. I just didn't think that they did. So this whole notion of America, this is not who we are. No, this is exactly who we are. And again, I'm a firm believer that God don't for a second allow yourself.
I love Plies positivity. I love his words of encouragement, but he's absolutely right. Character no longer matters in this country. We live in a society of double standards, and people need to understand where we are. And how do you shift, pivot, and adjust? You keep God first, okay? Jamie Lee Curtis had a statement, and she reacts to Donald Trump's win. And Jamie Lee, she posted to Twitter, and shout out to Variety Magazine, wake up and fight. So many fear their rights will be impeded and denied. Many minority groups and young people will be afraid. Gay and trans people will be more afraid. We know that many women will now find it difficult to get the reproductive health care that they need and deserve. For all those people, there will be those who will help you, me included. But what it really means is that we wake up and fight for women and our children and their futures, and fight against tyranny, one day at a time, one fight at a time, one protest at a time. That's what it means to be an American. That's what it has always meant and will always mean, regardless of the outcome. So appreciate her words.
And I know at some point in time, he will reveal why this went the way that it did. And to then, man, I just want to continue to tell y'all to still stand for the things that you believe in, no differently than I do. And definitely want to tell y'all I love you. And if I can hug you one more time, I would, man. And
we forgot how to fight, some of us. Some of us felt that was.
I just want to say, I love you, Naughty Crew. Thank you for always being here and supporting me. We got through this election season together. So shout out to my Naughty Crew. Like, y'all always here to support me and showing up for me. And I just want to say, I appreciate y'all. And I just want to send y'all all love and hugs. Seriously.
Yesterday. Well, it appears yesterday could be the day. So you better gird up your loins. Let's see what you got. I am disappointed, but I'm not in despair because I know how to fight and never stop fighting. Even when my side won, I kept fighting. And sometimes your test is to see if you still believe what you said, or are you gonna run for cover? We forgot how to fight, some of us. Some of us.
That's right. We continue to fight. Look, they may have won the battle, but we could fight to win the war, Naughty Crew, okay? So Jeff Bezos also posted to Twitter, big congratulations to our 45th and now 47th president on an extraordinary political comeback and decisive victory. No nation has bigger opportunities. Wishing at the real Donald Trump all success in leading and united the America we all love. Sounds like he has a lot of faith. The old man Ebro. Shout out to Ebro. If Kamala wasn't a woman who was black, if she was a he, like Gavin Newsom, and everything the same, he wins. You can lie to yourself, but not to me. This person said, not a job in America should be asking for a background check. And I agree with this. I totally agree with this. The hard time that they give felons, the way they discriminate against them when they come out of prison, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you can't find a job when you get out of prison, in the words of Voodoo, just run for president. A lot of people have stuff to say. We're going to get into it. So ALB says Trump ran a horrible campaign and did everything wrong and still won. That's how I know it's a race thing. I wish everyone who voted for him the worst, truly. See, that's just horrible. I don't like that. Sorry, guys. I didn't read that beforehand. Chris Rules. Let me see. Kamala Harris worked her ass off knowing America would be difficult to win, and yet she took that responsibility on, sacrificing her life and health mentally and physically. I have so much respect and adoration for her, no matter what. Love that. So Angel Lanise, black woman, take a break. Let them figure it out. Get somebody else to do it. Right. Oh, Clawfoot Jordan had to chime in. All right. She said, what a sad and scary reality for women and young girls in America. Y'all really don't give a F about us. Wow.
I'm thinking about the people who are not a part of anybody's elite who are hurting tonight. There are African-American women who know a little bit about being talked down to and know a little bit about having their economic dreams crushed, who tried to dream a big dream over the past couple of months. And tonight they're trading in a lot of hope for a lot of hurt. And they were hoping that maybe this time, one of their own could be seen as worthy. And once again, they were facing rejection. And that hurts. They thought tomorrow morning they're going to walk out with their shoulders back a little bit, maybe able to breathe for the first time and feel like they belong someplace. They did everything that they knew how to do. And it's going to be harder than it should be tomorrow for them to hold their heads up. And they're not the only people who are hurting tonight. If you're a parent of a trans kid, your child's face was used as a springboard to power for somebody. I'm thinking about the people who are not a part of anybody's elite.
Okay, so Van Jones posted to Twitter and said people woke up this morning with a big dream and they're going to wake up tomorrow in a nightmare, but we will find a way through. We always do.
There are going to be people tomorrow. We're going to be handing clothes at the dry cleaners to people who don't have papers. There are going to be people who are going to be cleaning your teeth tomorrow who don't have papers. And they're terrified tonight. And so it's easy to blow this off. Oh, look at the elites. They're going to get their comeuppance. It's not the elite that's going to pay the price. It's people who woke up this morning with a dream and are going to bed with a nightmare. And those people didn't deserve to be respected and held and talked to. Those are the people who are going to pay the price for whatever dollar. They're going to be people.
Listen, America has spoken, and they spoke loud and clear. Donald Trump will be the 47th president of the United States of America. I have friends on the right. I have friends on the left. I have friends that are independents. And regardless of who we all decided to vote for yesterday, guess what? Donald Trump is now all of our president again. I don't want to fight anyone. I don't want to argue with anyone, because at the end of the day, we are all Americans and we all want what's best for this country. I hope. Okay, I know today Democrats are going to be looking for someone to blame. Let me be the first to tell you it's not just one thing. I personally feel like Donald Trump speaks to people's grievances better than Democrats do. I know people are going to talk about misinformation and the dumbing down of society. I understand all of that, but you don't have to be intelligent to know you can't pay your bills. You don't have to be intelligent to know you can't afford groceries. People will forget what you did. They will forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. And to millions of Americans, tens of millions of Americans, they simply felt financially better when Trump was in office. I don't think it's fair to just chalk up, Trump winning to racism. Listen, America has spoken. Sexism, homophobia, anti-Semitism. Yes, he tapped into all of the worst things America has ever had to offer. And there are a lot of people who agree with his rhetoric and voted for him because of those reasons. But I truly believe most people voted for him because they want more money in their pocket and they want to feel safe. Look, I know the economy does better under Democrat presidents, but Democrats haven't been able to make the American people believe that. I know the border is a bipartisan issue, but Democrats spent a lot of time acting like it wasn't an issue. Democrats created the sanctuary cities. Democrats told them to come on in. Meanwhile, Republicans were putting migrants on buses and planes and sending them to those sanctuary cities. And then Democrats had to change course. But it might have been too little too late, because at the end of the day, once again, when you see all that money going to migrants, going to the border issue, all you can think to yourself is they have billions for that, but aren't making investments into the communities right here in America. You see homeless people everywhere. You don't have no money in your pocket. You don't know how you're going to pay your bills. You face an eviction. Listen, I'm not saying Trump is going to fix all of that. All I'm saying is Donald Trump has made people feel sexism, homophobia, like he will fix all that in a way that Democrats haven't. Once again, don't just chalk it up to racism, sexism. Okay, I believe those things play a role, but at the end of the day, it's the economy, stupid. And Democrats might just be really out of touch with what everyday Americans are feeling. Now, I didn't want to come on here today and be all doom and gloom. I have absolutely zero reason to believe Donald Trump is going to be a president that brings people together. But I'm going to be optimistic because I don't know any other way to be. I hope this isn't the beginning of Donald Trump's revenge tour. I hope this is the golden age of America, as he said. I hope all the nut-ass things Trump said he was going to do, he doesn't do, because one thing Vice President Kamala Harris said repeatedly is Trump has an enemies list. I have a to-do list. There is a lot of things that need to be done in America, and I hope he gets to doing. And we, the people, need to look alive on the ground, because you have a Republican Party that has a majority in the Senate. Judge Samuel Alito and Clarence Thomas, they'll probably retire. That means like he will fix all that in a way that Democrats have. 2 more Supreme Court picks. So what I'm basically saying is there is nothing we can do right now but try to come together some way, somehow. That's it. Huffington Post just posted an article with the headline, Trump just ran the most racist campaign in modern history and won. What are we supposed to do about that? Okay, I'm looking at some of these numbers. I don't even know if these are true, but I'm looking at the numbers. I'm seeing high Hispanic, voters nationwide voted for him. I'm seeing a slight uptick in black men. They are 52% of white women. We can keep saying, Trump is a threat to democracy, but nobody's treating him like one. Not the media, not the DOJ, and certainly not the voters, because they spoke last night. America got the president it voted for, and America got the president it deserved. That's what I'm thinking about today. That's what I'm thinking about right now.
Let's move on. Charlemagne, he just keeps going and going and going, but I get what he's saying. Hey, Psalms. Right. I see y'all going in about Amazon. Right. Thank you, Angela, for your. She said, I'm not girdled up. Nothing I did. My part. People are selfish. All right. Brian Kareem took to Twitter and said, never underestimate the power of large groups of stupid people. He was the worst POTUS in history, impeached twice, convicted felon, and tried to stage a coup. Sold state secrets. He sure did. But hey, at least he isn't an intelligent black woman. Sarcasm at its finest. Rico Suave said, disappointed, yes. Surprised, absolutely not. Like, I knew he was going to win. I knew he was going to win. I just knew he was going to win. Because I just remember what happened with Hillary Clinton. But I put this out there, Naughty Crew. Donald Trump had to run against 2 women to win. Let that sink in. Let that sink in, Naughty Crow. All right, so his press secretary spoke out.
Well, that's right, Brian. The American people delivered a resounding victory for President Trump, and it gives him a mandate to govern as he campaigned, to deliver on the promises that he made, which include on day one, launching the largest mass deportation operation of illegal immigrants that Kamala Harris has allowed into this country. It includes drill, baby, drill, and expediting permits for nuclear, for fossil fuels, for an above all energy approach that's going to bring down the cost of living in this country. It includes on day one, bringing Ukraine and Russia to the negotiating table to end this war and returning to the very tough sanctions on the Iranian regime so we can stop the chaos in the Middle East. The American people are clearly longing for the policies of Donald Trump. They despise the policies that the Harris-Biden administration have implemented over the past 4 years. And the Harris-Biden administration will go down as the worst, weakest, most corrupt administration in our nation's history. Well, that's right, Brian. The American people delivered a resounding.
That sounds crazy. Crazy.
I'm back because the Latinos voted for Donald Trump and he about to get y'all out on his first day of school. How you DoorDash your own demise? Your vote paid for express shipping.
American people delivered a resounding victory for President Trump, and it gives him a mandate to govern as he campaigned,
What is
to
it?
deliver on the promises that he made, which include on day one, launching the largest mass deportation operation of illegal immigrants that Kamala Harris has allowed into this country.
On day uno, he is sending y'all to Mars like Bruno. Call y'all Bruno Mars. Trump is basically saying, come on, vamonos, everybody, let's go. And since this don't have nothing to do with me, come on, let's get to it since you thought that Trump could do it. Go, Diego, go. And you know what? I'm going to just sit back and watch. Pay-per-view, 3D. I'm going to mind my black business. It's just really crazy to me because even if you good and got all your paperwork together and you legal, you know, a lot of people don't. And they about to be out of here. They got 30 minutes. But, you know, enjoy being great again. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. Alexa, play Wall to Wall by Chris Brown. They packed up in here, wall to wall. And I'm back because the...
Okay. Yeah. Be More Shorty said, I work in the parole unit. This AM, I've had 5 calls from ICE agents for warrants of incarcerated individuals. Child, it's about to go down. It's about to go down. And you know, Bernie Sanders had something to say. Here we go. U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders accuses Democrats of abandoning working class people after VP Kamala Harris fails to win the presidential election. It should come as no great surprise that a Democratic Party, which has abandoned working class people, will find that working class has abandoned them. Do y'all agree or not? Because I ain't getting into that article. And my favorite. Come up, come here.
Do you know you have 30 minutes? 30 minutes. Yes. Do you know?
Shout out to King Deli Push. Okay, honey. He said Trump to the Latinos before he deports them. It's about to go down. What's this? All right, here we go. Oops. Shout out to News Nation for this next clip.
I congratulate the President-elect Donald Trump. And if possible, we will work with his administration. But we will not compromise our values or our integrity or our principles. We did not expect this result, but we are prepared to respond to this result. We have been working both in my office and with other Democratic AGs across this country to make sure that we would be ready to respond to any attempt to roll back our rights. So here we are. We've studied their platforms. We've identified certain possibilities, fact patterns. We've created contingency plans. So no matter what the next administration throws at us, we're ready. We're ready to respond to their attacks. I congratulate the President-elect Donald.
So shout out to New York Attorney General Letitia James. She said, look, we got to accept this, but we prepared. Don't come up in here with no foolishness. Everything he said. I love it. Cardi B shares a message to the Trumpers. You know Cardi love a good internet threat. Okay, honey.
Right, so listen, I'm gonna let y'all know this right now, okay? So you little Trumpets, like, y'all won. I know you're happy, whatever the fuck. Ain't nobody acting like bitter losers. However, y'all need to leave me the fuck alone, because I got one more fucking cigarette in me before I start lighting your asses up, all right? And that's word to the United States of motherfucking America. Yeah. All right, so listen.
Shout out to the spiritual world for capturing that clip. Cardi said, I ain't taking it from the Trumpers either. All right, Robert Kennedy Jr. announced his plan to overhaul entire FDA department. Shout out to Baller Alert.
You say clearing out the corruption in your terms. Would that mean clearing out the top level federal service workers that are currently at the FDA and the CDC?
In some categories, I would say.
What does that look like? Yeah.
In some categories of workers, there are entire departments, like the nutrition departments at FDA, that have to go. That are not doing their job. They're not protecting our kids. Why do we have Fruit Loops in this country that have 18 or 19 ingredients, and you go to Canada and it's got 2 or 3?
Would you eliminate any of the agencies?
To eliminate the agencies, as long as it requires congressional approval, I wouldn't be doing that. And I can get the corruption out of the agencies. This is what I've been doing for 40 years. I've sued all those agencies. I have a PhD in corporate corruption, and that's what I do. And once they're not corrupt, once Americans are getting good science and are allowed to make their own choices, they're going to get a lot healthier.
You see,
how you solve that problem, Naughty Crew? Stop eating all this processed food. No processed food. Yeah, people are really losing their ish though. Look.
Yo, I'm scared to go to sleep. I might wake up a motherfucking slave.
Disney Plus.
Y'all, like, why are y'all Trump supporters? Like, why? Why are y'all Trump supporters? Like, why is this a thing right now? Why is this okay? I can't do this no more. I should have kept my vote to myself because I knew it didn't fucking matter. I knew it didn't.
Shout out to New Jersey Shay for capturing that clip. You know, they're Trump supporters because they care about money over morality. That's what it comes down to. A lot of people voted for Trump just for the economy, for the most part. It's gonna be okay, boo boo. It's gonna be okay, booski. Simone Biles also tweeted, shout out to the neighborhood talk. She said, Mr. Biden, I need you to stand up, straighten your back, and make some things shake before your departure. XOXO, the women in America. What can he possibly do? So shout out to Hot Freestyles. Google searches for how to move to Canada surges as the U.S. reacts to Donald Trump's victory. Yep. Whose show I was watching? I forget the show, Naughty Crew, but they pulled up all the countries that will pay you to move there. We can Google that later. Look, National Stress Awareness Day, managing stress after the 2024 election. Shout out to Baller Alert. It was definitely stressful, Naughty Crew. It was definitely stressful.
Now that Trump is president again, just know that all that nut in me daddy shit is over with. Don't even try it, ladies. It's done. Anyway, now that
shout out to
now that Trump is president again, just know that all that nut in me daddy shit is over with. Don't even try it, ladies. It's done. Anyway,
shout out to Petty Norm. Love his commentary. Now, Bootsy, he out here asking, shout out to the neighborhood talk. You know, Bootsy ignorance had to chime in. He's asking Donald Trump for a pardon. As you all know, he had a legal case. He had some legal troubles. All right. Bootsy asked Donald Trump to pardon his ongoing federal case and addresses Trump potentially giving police immunity. I think this will motivate officers to commit deadly crimes. Please don't do this. So let's get into it. He added the real Trump. He said, can you pardon me on my Fed case? I'm a nonviolent felon. The court ruled that a nonviolent cannot be charged with the A-923G. The judge dismissed my case, but the ruling has been appealed. So once again, I was indicted and I'm fighting this case. This is the exact case to us versus, or to U.S. versus Dante. That was ruled unconstitutional. Oh, he quoted the statute and everything. Oh my God. Oh, one more thing. Can you sit down with me and talk about you giving police immunity? I think this will motivate officers to commit deadly crimes. Please don't do this. Anyway, congratulations on your win. Let's get this money and drop these taxes. Shit killing me. There you have it, Bootsy. Little brown nosing. If you need a pardon, this brown nose up to the president in a tweet. Right. Why is food like banned in the UK and Canada, but not here? Oh, he has a vocal condition. Hey, Durags. We get into some of the election aftermath. Oh, Tell said, see, I told y'all yesterday I'm doing my Googles about Canada. Y'all better make a plan, an exit plan. Yup, Bootsy is an op. I agree. Amber Rose been quite quiet since the election. Yep. And Diddy was able to vote from jail.
Trump gonna pardon Diddy. You think so? That's what's gonna happen. What you got on Diddy, man?
So look, there's been reports that Diddy actually was eligible to vote from prison.
Oh Lord. Well, we needed him.
Well, we don't know
No,
who he
we
voted
didn't.
for, though. We do not know who he voted for. So the way that this goes is, he's in MDC, Brooklyn. He would have had that voted wherever his home state is. So it probably would have been Florida or California. He would have had to request an absentee ballot. The absentee ballot would have been given to him. He would have to fill it out and mail it from the federal prison. And then it would have been counted. And I will say this is not just because he's Diddy. This is a thing. Like, because Diddy has not been charged with anything, he can vote. And so can other inmates. There are other inmates who voted.
Just like Donald Trump can win presidency, even though he's a convicted felon. Okay? Same thing. All right.
92% of the black women that voted in this election cast their ballot for Kamala Harris. And not because they don't see that sometimes the Democratic Party takes their vote for granted or that they agree with everything the Democrats espouse. They didn't even vote for Kamala Harris simply because she's black. But black women's relationship to this country has been clearly different than everyone else's, including my own as a black man. Black women know what it means to raise their family under the threat of mob violence and not have the protections of the state or its institutions. They know what it means to have your voting rights stolen from you and your humanity degraded. They know what it means to be invisible, to not be seen. They know what it feels like to be targeted based on your race and your gender. And they knew that Vice President Kamala Harris, even though she tried not to make this election about her race and her gender, that they would see it and not her anyway. They know what it feels like to be afraid every time your son leaves the house that he may not return because he'll be shot down in the street or choked to death at a traffic stop. They know what it means to be denied health care, even laying on the table in some of this country's finest hospitals. They know what it means to have your children's dream deferred and your family not reach its potential because of laws and policies girded by white supremacy. They know what happens to black children that identify differently without the protections of the state. They know what it means to grow up and raise family under the banner of fascism. They don't have the luxury of a protest vote to sit this one out or vote for a stimulus check or the economy. They simply have to vote to protect their families. 92%.
Shout out to Mayor Baraka. He's the mayor here in Newark. Great message. But they're going ham in Chicago, okay? Let's see what's going on.
All that system stands for! All that system stands for! All that system stands for!
Shout out to Gossip in the City. Chicago is protesting the results. Hey, it is what it is. But some strange things have started to happen. Wait, hold on. Before we get there, what's this?
Donald Trump, you will see! Donald Trump, you will see!
Racist, sexist, anti-gay. Donald Trump, go away. Racist, sexist, anti-gay. Donald Trump, go away.
You know what I'm about. Donald Trump, you fascist clown. You know what we're doing in this
All right, they making their voices heard. I don't know what effect this will have. I doubt it has any, but at least their voices are being heard. All right. So check out some of the strange things that have been happening since he's been elected. Like, watch out for these messages on your phone.
Yep. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? It has already started. My God, today. They're playing on people's phones. This was sent to my child, to my daughter, Jayla. Let me tell you something. I've tried to calm myself down at least 50 times to make this video, trying to research this number and backtrack this number to find an address. I'm not playing around with y'all. I don't care if it's a bot. I don't care if it's a scam. I don't care if it's a racist. I don't care if it was sent as a joke. Nothing is funny. Do you hear me? I'm not playing around with you all.
So the message says, greetings. You have been selected to pick cotton at the nearest plantation. Be ready tomorrow at 5 p.m. sharp. Do not bring your devices. You will not need them. Our executives, slaves will come and get you in a brown something. Be prepared to be searched on arrival.
Y'all gonna let that orange man going into that White House get you put in red dirt. I'm not playing. I assemble weapons with my eyes closed. Now, I already told you that the military doesn't untrain you when they release you. They just release you back into civilization, honey. I'm not playing around with you all. When it comes to my children, don't ever let it come to my children. I told you all. It is who he empowers, who he emboldens to do stuff like this. I'm not playing around with you all. I don't have the time. Okay, today is not the day. I forgot I had a home health appointment today. The nurse get here at noon. My blood pressure is sky high. I've never had high blood pressure in my 43 years. Migraine forming in the back of my head, losing my vision today. I don't have time. Okay, play with somebody else. Matter of fact, play in traffic. Yep.
It's starting. Let's see what some of these is. Shout out to Shop AIF. Thank you for posting this. Breezy P says, just get your folding chairs ready. This person said they are sending this at University of Alabama too. This person said, what the F? Child, that's not the only one. Look, say what? Social users report receiving plantation group text messages selecting Black students to be slaves. Y'all see it? The University of Alabama Black families. My daughter received this message as a text message today. She said numerous Black students are receiving the message as well. This is not okay. I called the number, but of course there was no answer. Greetings. You have been selected to pick cotton at the nearest plantation. Be ready at 1 p.m. sharp with your belongings. Our executive slaves will come get you in a brown van. Be prepared to be searched down once you enter the plantation. You are in Plantation Group C. Good day. Greetings, Jacob. You've been selected to be a house slave at the high point of January 21st after President Trump takes office. Be ready at 2 p.m. sharp. Even gave an address. Please take the time to identify and gather items you'd like to bring. You will join others in a brown van and be searched once you've entered the plantation. You are in plantation. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. Let the games begin, Naughty Crew. Let the games begin. Wow. Hey, Tells. Yeah, right. What is the protest going to do? I'm not sure if it's going to be effective. Right. Block all that. Yo, I was so sick of the Kamala Harris text. I ain't even gonna hold you. My goddaughter got this crazy message. She was so scared. Get your Alabama Slammer chairs. Yes, lift every voice and sing. Don't fall for the propaganda. Yes, they sure did, Juby Buggin. That HSBU school burned down. So to all we going to see, I feel like the racism is going to be at an all-time high. Naughty crew, make sure you protect yourselves, your children, embrace them, because things are going to get crazy. I mean, we really, the number one threat to this country is domestic terrorism. That's why I don't think it's far-fetched that Trump will pardon Diddy. Yes, I had that article. Let me see. Trying to find it. The hooded men about to come out in droves now, because they got their leader. Because, judging by his campaign and things like that, they made it okay to be racist, if you ask me. They made it okay. Please like this video. All right, that's it for the election reactions for me. Okay, Dr. Umar, I can't even do him. I'm here for educated. Oh my God, Liam Payne's handlers home raided by the police. Chill, it's going down. All right, in the between time, King Coles is working so hard to revamp his daddy's image, so he had to announce to the world that he was taking over his daddy's Twitter or Instagram account. Please hit these like buttons.
Yo, it's King Kong. And right now I'm taking over my pop's Instagram. We're gonna be posting videos by spreading, good energy and taking y'all down memory lane, all the positive things he did. So stay tuned and watch this. Let's go. We love you, Pops. Happy birthday. Yo, it's King Kong. And
So I really think it's a very big possibility that Diddy will buy his way out of this situation. I mean, we have a convicted felon as a president. Mm-hmm. 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 All right, so up first, let's get into Russel Simmons, child. Okay, so I've just been waiting for some developments. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, look at this baller alert. Geo Group, private prison company with billion-dollar ICE contracts, sees stock surge as ICE tip lines trend after Trump wins. Child, it's going down. Mm-hmm. It's going down. It's going down in the deal. It's going down in the deal. It's going down. All right, Uncle Rusty. Victim is speaking out. Mr. I took several lie detector tests. Mm-hmm. And I passed, I just had a bunch of women throwing themselves at me. Mm-hmm. Even 15-year-old Kamara. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's Uncle Rusty. You know, he's living a peaceful Zen life out in Bali and trying to make us believe that he is not running from the law. But we all know better, right, Naughty Crew? We all know better. We definitely know better. So Uncle Rusty, and I've reported on the latest updates or whatever, but he had settled lawsuits with about 3 of the victims, and he is not paying them. So therefore, they are trying to seize his property as payment. Shout out to the Shade Room for this next article. Woman who accuses Russel Simmons of SA in the 90s blast claims that he's retired in Indonesia. So they posted, actively building an empire means that defendant is ineligible for a retirement visa in Indonesia. Doe and her lawyers wrote in her November 1st filing, any purported retirement visa requires recertification every few years. That one is, in fact, retired. Building an empire and being retired are mutually exclusive. So a former Def Jam employee who says Russel Simmons allegedly pulled a wrestling move and raped her in his New York apartment in the mid-1990s is asking the judge to reject the hip-hop mogul's claim he can't be sued in federal court in New York, according to Rolling Stone. If you recall, Simmons says he's a stateless U.S. citizen, technically retired in Indonesia. So in the new court filings, Jane Doe says that the defendant is running from the court jurisdiction to avoid taking accountability for his action. Doe says the court should have serious doubt about the veracity of Simmons' claims in an October 18th declaration that he sold his last U.S. property in 2021. Simmons lives in Bali under a permanent retirement visa granted by Indonesian authorities. So she first sued Simmons last February, saying the Def Jam founder sat for a limited remote deposition in her case on September 26th and admitted he's still actively working and maintains ties to New York. He testified that he still pays the lease on a Manhattan apartment for his children and maintain office space for his company. In addition, she claims that her investigation uncovered that Simmons has an ownership stake in the property. This is crazy. So they trying to turn it up on Rusty. Remember Kimora? She posted like, Uncle Rusty, like, you next, mofo, you next, right? But we all know it's obvious that he is running to avoid prosecution. And he can't really avoid the civil lawsuits because he was served in Bali. I did read about that. Wow. So he's basically trying to claim that, because he's retired, he shouldn't have to be liable for this case. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But on the tail end of that, he is still battling Russel Simmons is still battling with his ex-wife, Kamala Lee Simmons, over money. Hey, Marva. Oh, child. But Couture Bay, are you talking about Russell? He could get a pardon. He hasn't been criminally charged or convicted or indicted. So, and shout out, what's this? In Touch magazine. So Russell Simmons heading to trial with ex-wife Kamala Lee and fight over millions. So Russell Simmons and his ex-wife Kamala Lee are headed for a face-off in court as part of their nasty battle over stocks worth millions. In Touch can exclusively report. So according to the court documents obtained by In Touch at Los Angeles Superior Court, judge set a trial date of January 2nd of 2026. Why so long? In a lawsuit brought by Russell, 67, against Kamala, 49, and her ex, Tim Lesner. So they broke up. The parties have been fighting in court for years over shares in energy drink company Celsius. Russell and Kamala were married from 1998 and 2009. Kamala married Tim in 2014, but the two became estranged during his legal issues. Tim, a former Goldman Sachs investment banker, was caught up in a massive scandal called 1MDB. The government described it as a multi-billion-dollar bribery and money laundering scheme involving Malaysia's state-owned investment and development fund, Malaysia Development Berhad. Tim pleaded guilty to conspiring to launder money in another charge. He agreed to forfeit $43 million along with shares of stock valued at $200 million. In 2021, Russell sued Kamala and Tim for breach of contract, fraudulent concealment, and various other claims. In his lawsuit, he claimed that he created a company called New Horizon in 2011, and he was the sole member and manager. He said that Kamala and Tim joined the company as members in 2016. Russell said despite his divorce from Kamala, they maintained a solid relationship. He said he became close with Tim over the years too. Russell said he had New Horizon purchase tens of millions in stocks for Celsius in 2016. He said Kamala and Tim, knowing full well that they would require to pay tens of millions for bail in a victim compensation plea deal, conspired with each other and with all defendants to effectuate the unlawful fraudulent scheme following Tim's criminal case being brought. Russell claimed Kamala and Tim used the stock in Celsius as a bond in Tim's criminal case without his consent. Kamala denied the accusation. She told the court Russell had resigned from his role as manager of New Horizon in January of 2018. Just because he resigned, that don't mean he don't own his stocks. All right, she said, when the stocks were used as bond, it was my understanding that Russell Simmons was no longer a manager or a member of New Horizon and that he had no ownership interest in the shares of stocks in Celsius Holding Inc. that were used to secure a bond in the criminal case. Tim denied all allegations of wrongdoing. He asked that Russell take nothing from his complaint. All parties told the judge they wanted a jury trial. As In Touch first reported, the parties are also fighting the federal court over the stocks as part of Tim's criminal case. Russell and Kamala have been going back and forth for months over who owns the stock. Recently, the two were fighting over Kamala turning over text messages she exchanged with Tim. His lawyer said the only text messages Kamala has produced appear to be messages sent or received by Tim, not her. Russell is entitled to text messages that contain responsive content, excluding those between her and Tim, unless third parties are also party to those messages. The battle is ongoing. So Rusty Boo, look like you got a lot of legal problems. You think he'll win, Couture Bay? I think it sounds like she going to get caught up too, because a person resigning does not mean that they don't own their stocks anymore. Oh no! She going to get caught up. Who would have known? Come over, turned into a whole scammer. Like her man. So I'll keep my eye out on the case. But it's like suing season, Naughty Crew, because Plies is suing too, child. He's suing over rights to his music, and he ain't playing. Shout out to the Good Talk. That's the beat. So, Plies sues Soulja Boy, Glorilla, Megan Thee Stallion, and more for allegedly stealing the beat to his song, child. I keep a couple killers around me when I... Okay, y'all get the beat, right? We can't do too much. Who is this? Oh, this is him. Soldier. Okay, that's Soulja Boy version. That's Glorilla version. Okay, Plies ain't playing with these mofos. He said, y'all gotta ask my permission. You heard? You gotta ask my permission. Okay, so neighbors get into this. Now that the election is over, Plies is trading in his political hat, and he's getting down and dirty. According to TMZ, Plies filed a lawsuit Wednesday against Soulja Boy, Glorilla, and Megan Thee Stallion, and another featured artist for allegedly stealing the beat to his song without permission. Plies claimed it all started with Soulja Boy, who Plies alleges jacked his beat from his song Me and My Goons, which was released in 2008, for Soulja Boy's song Pretty Boy Swag, which was released in 2010. Then 20 plus years later, Glow and Meg sampled Soulja Boy's song for their summer hit Wanna Be. He's even suing another artist who is featured on the remix of Wanna Be. Literally anybody can get it. Plies claims they all ripped off his beat and he deserves some compensation. He named Meg's Hot Girl Production, Soulja Boy's former imprint, Holly Park Production, and record label Universal Music Group, Collective Music Group, and Interscope as defendants in the lawsuit. If he wins, he definitely is getting some money. Yes. Given that both songs are a smash hit. I ain't mad at you. You know what? Plies said, y'all know what? Y'all want to play in my face? You want to play in my face? See, they ain't know. Plies, he will.
Ever in life, I stand on business. You drop me somewhere, I stand on business. You drop me in your hood, I stand on business. I don't feel like you stand on business. Yeah.
Plies standing on business. Y'all better get y'all money together. Y'all better get y'all money together, child. Because he said, go play with your mama. Mm-hmm. All right, and then last but not least, because we could save some for tomorrow. DDG and Halle Bailey are trending. Okay. People love to speculate and assume. So now DDG, he went on the infamous live streamer Cosmonauts show, and he brought the baby. Let's see. Here it is.
What? He looked just like Daryl, bro. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's Halo himself live in the flesh. Mm-hmm. Now, Halo, you don't know this, but I'm your uncle. You feel what I'm saying? I'm your uncle, when you were born and stuff like that, I got to see, your dad reveal you and stuff. So it's a pleasure to meet you, Halo.
Check him up.
So what he be doing?
He be chilling. He really calm. He just woke up though.
How it feel being a dad though?
I ain't gonna lie, it still feel kind of fake.
Really?
A little bit, but.
Bro, you got a son, bro.
Yeah, you gotta have one.
When do you think I should have a son?
How old are you?
22.
I say by like next year.
That's
what I keep telling people.
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so Halle posted, she said, "Hi everyone, just so you know, I'm out of town and I don't approve of my baby being on the stream tonight. I wasn't told or notified, and I'm extremely upset to have my baby in front of millions of people. I am his mother and protector and saddened that I wasn't notified, especially when I am out of town. Do y'all agree or disagree?" I mean, he should have discussed it with her to see if she was comfortable with it. And y'all got enough money to freaking hire a sitter, hire a nanny. And I know y'all got family, both of y'all. All right. So Halle says she is suffering from severe postpartum. Admin DDG taking their son to Kai stream. Nobody knows what someone is going through until they snap. Shout out to Neighborhood Talk. She said, as a woman experiencing severe postpartum, there are boundaries that I wish to be respected. Nobody knows what someone is going through until they snap. And then from here, she disabled her Twitter account amid receiving backlash for seemingly stating that DDG stream with their son is affecting her postpartum. What do y'all think? I don't think she means that is affecting her postpartum. I think, because like, when was that post? Maybe their breakup is affecting her postpartum. But I mean, is he an overzealous dad that just wants to be with his child? Like, so this person says in the comments, to be fair, Kai just had the SWAT team SWAT his house and Kodak on there the other night. Yeah, Kodak was looking jacked up. Did y'all see? Let me see if I have it. Shout out to the Jasmine brand. DDG shared selfie with Halo. Halle Berry deactivates social media after calling him out for live streaming with their son. No regards for her feeling at all. And you wonder why they didn't work out. Is this the one with Kodak? Look at this.
W chat. W's in the chat, man.
Look at this, y'all.
Huh?
No.
Huh?
Oh, no. Oh, shit. Oh, no,
What you
what?
saying?
Hey, Pat, you ain't kicking me out. I ain't kicking you out.
I
Oh, no.
ain't kicking you out.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I ain't kicking you
Hell
out.
no. Oh, yeah, no. Oh, yeah, none of that shit. Save that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Save that shit. I ain't going no way.
Naughty Crew. Say no to drugs. Seriously, they need to get that man in rehab. Back to the subject at hand. I just had to show y'all that. Look at him. Look at him. Ooh, Kapoor Survey said that beat they use is a Dallas artist. Wow. Tell said, Plies, I hope he wins. As a creative myself, I would never want my creation stolen from me. Y'all say, get him, Plies. Couture Bay said, why is that baby there? Poor kid. Halo going to need therapy. About 4 years old. Talk about it, okay? She said, I will never understand people who post their children, let alone put them on live stream. Child, this new generation is different. Tell said, I'm hella disappointed in DDG. He's using that baby for clout, and Halle is getting tired. It's getting under her skin. Is. Tell said, I've been a DDG fan for a long time. He's doing this for clout. If you watch his stream, he admits it. Be More Shorty says she's a private person. DDG documents everything. And Halle should have took precautionary measures, right? Oh, the other clip is worse? Okay. Oh, this is with DDG and Halo. A Diddy prank? What? The hell is wrong with him?
Who that? Who's that? Is that Diddy? Oh my life, I swear to God, I don't know.
I got my son. Get me out of here.
I swear to God, I swear to God, I don't know what's going on. Hold on. Go this. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my life, I don't know what's going on. What the hell? Oh my life, I don't know what's going on. Nah, right. Who doing it? Yeah. Who that? Who's that? Is that Diddy? Oh my life, I swear to God, I don't know.
He played too much. He played way too much, Kasana. That's why that baby shouldn't have been there. That's why that baby shouldn't have been there. So I agree with Halle. Like, because you just never know what's gonna go down on Kasana's channel. Like, I didn't get the point of it either like that. But Kodak Black, yo, pray for that brother. He needs rehab. Like, I hope his family do an intervention because he can't even complete a sentence.
I don't want.
He can't even complete a sentence. It's crazy. I'm logging off TikTok for a week. Look at this. They try to say Young Thug, Sexy Red, and Roger from What's Happening are twinning. They do look alike, though. They do look alike. All right, I'm going to close the show with this. What's this? There's another clip.
What does this mean? Wait. Oh, yeah.
So Kai Sanat showed DDG the Halle tweet, and he pretended not to notice.
That is good. That's good.
What does this mean? Wait. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. Okay.
Yes, good size, Shaq. Good size. Then he got this right here.
That's good. That's good.
Ciao. All right. So imagine a little baby wandering down the street. What would you do? First thing I'm gonna do is make sure the baby is not hurt. Then I'm gonna try to communicate. Well, if the baby could talk or a toddler, you know what I mean? Then I'm gonna try to communicate to try to figure out where their parents are. And if I'm unsuccessful, then I'm calling the police. Because at that point, you know, there's nothing I could do. So this woman had the nerve to get mad at a woman because she let her baby wander off. She was negligent. Check this last story out.
You know what, Mama? What about that day? You know what that day is? Grandma? No, Nana? Jesus Christ. I am on 76th and Morgan, y'all. This little boy was just literally walking down the street. No pants, no shoes. He looked lost, so I pulled over and grabbed him. He don't know where his mother is, his daddy, anything. I'm waiting on the police to actually pull up so they can actually get him. But yeah, if anybody knows this young child, he was literally walking down the street, no shoes, boy.
A call.
This your baby? Yeah. How did he get outside? Well, the police right here. Okay, why you recording this shit? What you mean? Because the police right here. Okay, what the fuck they gonna do with anything? Like,
Trifling. So after a woman found the baby, the mother whooped her ass for recording. Right? Instead of thanking her, she tries to fight her for recording. So this is my thing. I get why she recorded, for her protection. Look how unhinged the mama is. She could try to say that she did something to the baby and lie. Halo been looking afraid since coming out of the womb. Yes, it's giving fiend. Check it. I got that. Wow. I'm disgusted. What were they thinking? What was the point of that? So that's hilarious. Triplets. Be more shorty. I can't stand stupid people who procreate and never protect these kids. Right. Yeah, she better have recorded. It was for her safety. I don't blame her. And look how she came up trying to be all aggressive instead of being thankful. Like, girl, your kid wandered off with no shoes, no pants in Chicago. And you know it's chilly this time of the year around in Chicago. I just can't stand ignorant people, Naughty Crew. I really can't. Like, disgusting. It's disgusting. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and close the show the way we started it. You know, make sure you are loving on one another and praying, staying prayed up. I know it's a lot of anxiety because we don't know what's ahead, but I just want to encourage everybody to love thy neighbor, respect one another, protect yourself, plan and prepare. Those are the best things I could leave you with. And remember this.
We woke up this morning and Donald Trump has been elected as our new president, y'all. Now, the important part is if you're watching this video and if you woke up this morning, it's proof that God is still in control, y'all. So we ain't got nothing to worry about. That's what we supposed to be serving anyway. If anything, Donald Trump works for us now. He's here to lead the country and to serve the country, you heard me? I'm not finna fall out with none of my friends who supported Donald Trump over an election, and people who supported Trump shouldn't fall out with people who supported Kamala over an election. Why? Because we all called to live and coexist in this country together. And especially for people who have a relationship with God, followers of Christ, we are called to love everybody regardless, you heard me? So we got to love Donald Trump. We got to pray for Donald Trump. We got to love our neighbors. And that's what it really is about. That's what we're doing at this point. God is still in control. So ain't nothing to really trip about or worry about. And the main thing this election cycle that stood out to me was some people questioning the entire salvation of people and saying, you're not even really a believer or you're not Christian because I said so. And I said so because you have chosen to support Kamala Harris, or telling people if they support any Democrat, they're automatically not Christian. That type of rhetoric was able to come out. So we were able to see that people really rocking like that and thinking like that. But it's simply not true, yo. So I hope that those people don't feel that type of way. And we just got to continue loving one another. And God's still in control. Y'all have a great day, man.
Y'all have a blessed day too. Shout out to Kevin Hughes for those kind, positive words. I appreciate every last one of you joining me. Please make sure you like this video, share it out, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. All right. For the most part over here, we like to learn from one another. We respect each other's opinions. And do we disagree? Absolutely. Nothing's perfect, right? But we just still try to maintain that respect from one another. So I appreciate every last one of you joining me today, and I hope y'all have a beautiful, blessed day. Until next time, Nighty Crew, I'm out. One.